Here with us now, Emmy Award-winning producer and owner of her own media company, Nely Galan. She's a former president of Telemundo and the founder of the Adelante movement, which aims, thank you, I'm learning, which aims to empower Latinas nationwide. I love it. And you say there's opportunity on both sides here, for Latina women especially?
I think it's an incredible time. First of all, Latinas are the emerging market.
Right.
All the parties should be after Latinas. We're also voting quite heavily. And I as an entrepreneur, I felt like it was time to give back to my community and empower all these women. As you know, when the census came out and Latinas became very important, there are all these earmarked opportunities for government contracts, for small business loans. And you know, culturally, Latinas are very traditional, so we like to be with our kids. Never in history has there been a time better to start a business when there's this digital platform.
So talk about the psychology of that, and then we'll get to actually what you do, the practicality of it. Because for Latina women, is it a little bit of a fear to jump in? What is the...
Not so much a fear.
What is the impediment?
We're very traditional. We're very kind of middle America in a way. We care about our children. We want to be with our children. And, you know, I love Sheryl Sandberg and she's a friend. But when we talk about Lean In, sometimes we don't even get invited to corporations.
You nailed it.
Tom,
I think you're right.
You've said traditional twice, Nely. So for political people
out there, you go there, huh?
For the midterms and looking at Latinas, who is easy pickings for the left and the right?
Well, I think, to tell you the truth, we have a few problems in our country politically, because I think the Republican Party, you know, it's like, you know, when you have somebody at hello and you lose them?
Yeah.
I want to see more choices for Latinas, both on the right and the left, because I think we are available. But I think right now there's a messaging problem. And the message is, Latinas, even though we're the emerging market, even though every advertiser wants us, we're not feeling the love. We're not feeling the love.
In what sense?
Excluded.
Excluded, we're marginalized. I'm so happy we're talking about this in a mainstream show, because usually they put everything on Univision or Telemundo. It's kind of like Latinos are not part of the mainstream, and yet, you know, what we hear from the government is very kind of negative, and yet what we hear from the consumer products companies, all the retailers is Latinos are the #1, and Latinas in particular are the #1 industry for.
How are you excluded, though?
Well, we're not. I mean, I don't have to tell you politically how we're talked about. So it's all very negative, instead of maybe these women are the answer to the economy of
Look
this
at that
country.
number.
I was just about to say, you want to define mainstream? I will define mainstream for you. Latinas control $1 trillion
Thank you.
in
You're
U.S.
right.
purchases.
Yes.
$1 trillion.
So I think for me, as someone who comes from the media and as an entrepreneur, I wanted to put Latinas out there in the mainstream and say to American companies, if you're not partnering with a Latina, if you're not looking for Latinas in your corporation, you're missing the boat.
I love it. I have a deal for you. We'll talk in the break. I have an idea of a partnership, because this is fantastic. Nely Galan, thank you so much. And